My quotes for Chapter 9 are, "We work collaboratively because research suggests that when we collaborate, we usually end up with a better outcome." And I think the author's trying to say is when you're putting a group of people with the skills and abilities to do the task that you're doing, getting feedback and being able to talk amongst yourselves to work out the best scenario for the problem. When you have another person to kind of maybe say that the way that we're doing it isn't working, or this is a better way, having a group of people to be able to talk about a situation can give better outcomes, or maybe just different outcomes that might be easier on the staff, or cut down on timelines for the project. You're able to get more information that maybe you missed, or that somebody else picked up in a prior meeting, or be able to get information from other people that are in different work groups or in different teams that are able to bring more to the table. So having more people brings more information. The second quote that I have for Chapter 9 comes from 9.1.2, and that's, "Effective teams foster a positive, supportive group climate and encourage development of the skills and principles needed to achieve their goals." And I think the author is trying to tell us that when you're working in a collaborative environment, you're able to talk amongst yourselves, support each other's ideas and opinions, and work through and be able to work through their ideas and your ideas to find the best solution for the project or the team's goal or outcome of the issue. And I think the author is trying to say is when you have people that are working together in a supportive environment, people are more apt to voice their opinions or give their input because they feel supported. So they're able to feel that they can talk freely without repercussions, or that their opinion's valued, so they're more apt to give their opinions. My first quote for Chapter 10 is from 10.1.2, and that's, "Too much interaction and meeting members experience the chaos of unbridled, unfocused talk. It's hard to stay on task." And I think this falls back to if you don't have an agenda. I think the author's trying to say that if you don't have an agenda, if you don't have a structure of the meeting is just going haywire and people are just talking out of turn, or they're unfocused. And so this is just, there's no point in the meeting. There's no reason for it. Nothing's going to be solved, or there's going to be no outcome because there's no structure. So I think the author is trying to say in this chapter is you need to be prepared, make an agenda, be able to keep your teammates on task and focused on each process or each issue that they need to work on, versus letting them just start talking freely and going off topic, or interacting with just two people in the group and not the whole group. And this kind of stops people that maybe aren't as more outspoken from saying anything because they feel just over talked. So they're going to sit back and not give their input on anything. My second quote for Chapter 10 is from 10.2.4, and that's, "Although the leader is a key influence in making the decisions, the wise leader collaborates with other team members and works side by side with his team, with others." And I think the author is trying to say here is, even if you're a good leader and you're effective, you need to be able to take the input from your team, and that's what builds a good leader, is one who has the support from his team or her team, and one who takes in all information to find the best outcome. And this shows that if you have somebody that is a good leader and has done good projects and stuff, you always look back at or evaluate the team members and say, how did they work well? Were they just a dictator? Did they call together meetings and ask for input and work out the best solutions, and ultimately they're the final say in things. But if they give more or receive more of your input, then they're more apt to get the respect from their teammates, and their teammates are more apt to back up that supervisor or that leader.